Attention! This manual contains the necessary safety information and operating instructions for the correct operation of this equipment. Please ensure you observe and follow the local laws and rules when you operate this equipment. SANY motor grader is used mainly for road construction, water conservancy construction, farmland improvement, airport construction, mining, national defense projects. In the case of SHG 190, this video manual merely introduces the key points of startup and operation. The key points of the startup. Before starting the engine, the operator should make an overall check of the equipment. Firstly, make sure the power switch is turned on, the transmission control switch in the neutral position, the parking brake in the stop position. Then check the engine oil level, the engine coolant level, the hydraulic oil level, the fuel level, the filter of engine, the tire pressure and all the fastening bolts, the pipelines and cables. Before you start the machine, the operator shall perform a walk-around inspection in order to ensure that there is no one around the machine, and then beep the horn to alert everyone around equipment. Insert the key into ignition switch, rotate to 1 bit. Check all the lights and all of instrument display is normal. Rotate the ignition switch to 3-bit. When engine starts up, immediately release the key. Attention! 1. To avoid ignition switch damaged, each key turned to start the engine should not be more than 10 seconds. If the engine does not start up, rotate the switch to off position. Wait 30 seconds and try again. 2. If you did not switch on over 3 times, in order to protect the battery, every key turn should not exceed 2 minutes of continuous ignition. 3. When the engine temperature is low after initial startup, avoid any high revving operation. 4. The gear selector should be in a neutral position before startup, otherwise engine cannot be started. 5. Before turning off the engine, the operator needs to let the engine idle for 3 to 5 minutes to let the engine cool down. Before the driving, the machine must meet the following conditions. 1. Raise all of the implements, that is, the mold board, the dozer blade, and the rear ripper. 2. Turn the parking switch to on. 3. Adjust the gear selector to forward or backward according to the road condition and driving direction. The key points for operating the implements. The following introduces the operation methods of the mold board, the dozer blade, and the rear ripper. Firstly, an introduction for all the operation methods of the mold board. The key points of the mold board rollover. On the left is an example. Step 1. The piston rod is fully retracted by operating the right lift cylinder joystick. Step 2. The piston rod is extended out to the maximum by operating the swing cylinder joystick. Step 3. Adjust the mold board rotation joystick for the ring gear to enable the blade and foreframe to form an angle of 50 to 60 degrees. Step 4. Adjust the blade joystick to extend the blade out to the maximum of the left. Step 5. Adjust the left to the lift cylinder joystick to extend the piston rod slowly, to enable the outside of blade to ground softly. Step 6. Using the lock pin cylinder switch located on the control console, withdraw the piston of lock pin cylinder from the supporting hole of swing frame. Step 7. Adjust the left lift cylinder joystick to extend the piston rod slowly, and rotate swing frame to enable the piston of lock pin cylinder and the relevant supporting hole of swing frame to align. Step 8. Using the same lock pin cylinder switch, Insert the piston of lock pin cylinder into the relevant supporting hole of swing frame. Step 9. Move the traction frame to the position will be flat and operate the blade lift cylinder to enable the incline angle of blade in accordance with ramp slopes. Operating on a general flat working environment, insert the lock pin cylinder position third hole on the swing frame in the counterwise direction. The swing frame should insert into the left or right relevant supporting hole when the mold board is required on the left or right side. Attention! Only once the mold board is touching ground can switch for the lock pin cylinder. The operation key points for constructing a smooth riding road as follow. Step 1. Set mold board. Enable the shoveled soil to be pushed out to the right or left wheel accordingly. Step 2. Set the mold board horizontally to achieve the cutting depth, leaning wheels in order to offset drift and increase the stability of the machine. Step 3. According to the soil, adjust the elevation of mold board to the suitable angle and height. Step 5. The soil is paved evenly on the road until the road smoothness is achieved. When operating on S-band, the machine is turned to the direction of the band and the mold board is moved in the opposite direction. When operating on a step slope between 10 to 15 degrees, the machine should be operated in the first gear speed and at low engine revs. When the mold board is existing from a steep slope or ditch, the operator needs to stop using the machine, lift all implements, and slowly retreat. After the frame is located on the center of the road away from the steep slopes or ditches, the operator must turn the front wheels to the direction of a safe retreat. Then operator must continue its retreat until the back on the machine is out of the steep slopes or ditches. The key points for cleaning the road shoulders as follows. Step 1. According to the mold hold rollover action, adjust the swinging rack position. Step 2. The left point of the blade must be placed to align with the front left tire edge. The soil material must be discharged between the two wheels. Step 3. Put down the mold board and keep it in horizontal position. Then lower the mold board to the required depth of the cutting. Step 4. Adjust for a little incline the front wheels to the right. The key points of scraping a channel are as follows. Step 1. As per the mold board rollover method, adjust the swinging rack position to make lock pin cylinder position in central hole on the swing frame. Step 2. Position the front right wheel in the bottom V-ditch. Step 3. Position the mold board to place the front cutter blade on the track of the left front wheel to achieve required width in a single cutting. Step 4. Adjust the mold board down and lower it to the required depth of cutting. Step 5. Lift the mold board and adjust it to the slope of the road shoulder. Step 6. Incline the front wheels to the right. Step 7. When cutting V-ditch for the second time, the operator needs to make the depth slightly higher or equal to first time. Step 9. Level the mound of soil before completing the work. The key points to cleaning a side channel are as follows. Step 1. As per to the mold board rollover method, adjust the swinging rack position. Step 2. The left point of the blade must be placed in line with the back of left wheel. Step 3. Adjust the mold board down and lower it to the required depth of cut in. Step 4. Position the right end of the mold board to pile up the soil between the two wheels. Step 5. Incline the front wheels to the right. Step 6. The operator needs to scrap once more to discharge the soil material on the slope and shoulder, then level the soil before completing the work. The key points of scrapping wet ditch are as follows. Step 1. Turn the machine so the front wheels and the mold board are all in the ditch, and use the front wheel steering. Step 2. The mud and soil in the ditch will make the wheel slip. Before keeping the rear wheels on the shoulder of the road for better traction, we have now completed introduction for the moldboard operation methods. We will now introduce the operation methods for reaper. Attention! When operating the reaper, the grader body must be aligned straight. When turning on the grade, you must lift the reaper to avoid damage to the cutting teeth. The big teeth of the reaper are mainly used for the harder soil conditions, and the small teeth are used for softer soil conditions. When driving straight, you can adjust the operating joysticks to control the depth of the reaper in the soil. According to the site and soil conditions, adjust the speed to match the workload. The operator needs to lift the reaper to the highest position after the work is completed. Lastly, we will introduce the operation methods for the dozer blade. The operator can adjust the joystick to control the change of the depth of dozer blade. For the best effects, try and keep the blade parallel with the ground, thus to allow the blade to fill with soil. Attention! When operating the dozer blade, do not shovel too deep or this will overload the machine and cause the driving wheels to slip.